Quick update here. Alex had this guy set on Overwatch. He killed one when the door opened, and then wasted another 3.
Just thank God for Overwatch, man. I would not have done that without it.
Alright, so now we have some more aliens coming in through here. Excuse me, he dropped another fire shot to stop me from spawning, and I have one coming up here.
And my guys are just...
Oh, and can I say, this is beautiful. So he has his minigun on Overwatch right down this entire hallway, which effectively cuts off 3 spawn points that I can use. Plus he has a close combat sergeant right there on guard as well. So rendering that entire spawn section completely useless. So effectively what he's done is he's cut me off half of the whole board here.
Yeah, but that only works if I can get that CAT close enough to these guys where you're going to start using that point, if at all, because those are 2 very powerful guys that could be used in battle. You can already do that. I've used this tactic before and it worked, but so far they haven't done anything yet. So
that's always a risk, right?
This is a risk. I'm taking 2 very valuable players off combat right now. So, and I knew that from the get-go, that these are going to be 2 players that are going to be key assets in the late game, in the very end stages of the game. So that's sort of like my wild card for now.
There we go. And we have the flamer carrying the cat. Alright, we'll get back to you.
My, phase 1 is complete.
Oh, here we go.
If you want to use tactical terms. I mean, you can read the PDF online. It's all there.
The PDF of tactical terms?
Oh, yeah. No, of my phase 1.
Oh.
Yeah, it's online.
So it's published?
It's public.
Oh, okay.
I made it public.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Well, it's very generous of you.
But basically now it's just, So
what's the plan? Now that you have a front guy here who has just been baton passed this faulty robot, where do you go from here? Because it looks like the noose is starting to tighten here.
Yep.
And, of course, the Overwatch hallway over here is still basically a no spawn zone. Mm-hmm. My concern is that I'm going to have to start throwing guys there and getting a little...
Yeah, you're going to have to, I guess.
Yeah, getting desperate.
And now comes time to sort of shift my strategy in the sense of, how can I get that CAT over there safely, right? How many guys do I take with them? Do I just take 1, leave the 3 guys here?
Well, what do you
I
think?
do?
Well, what do you
I'm
think?
thinking that. I'm thinking of that just basically leaving it a bottleneck for you and making it harder for you to get through.
Oh, okay. So Alex has done a pretty beautiful kind of pass-off here. So he had his 3 guys lined up. He literally did hot potato with the robot, and then the last guy with the robot turned around and peeled off. He's running away.
He's a great runner, though, you know?
I mean, I can't blame him. I do the same thing, but I mean, this is going to be very difficult for me to get my guys back here and actually affect his retreat. So far, he has this one guy here on Overwatch down this way, where you can see I have quite a few tokens stacked up.
Thanks to the flamethrower.
And this guy here on Overwatch down here, which should actually be 2, and then the blip. I mean, at this point, I'm going to have to try... it's just so brutal, because what, they get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Every single time they move, the guy would be getting an autocannon shot on them,
and
which cannot jam.
In my opinion, though, if I could just say,
yeah,
I think only spawning 2 seems a bit low for the Gene Stealers, but at the same time, look, you've got a bunch stacked. At the same, it just only getting 2 is before. What? How much would you get normally in?
I had 2 the last round.
Yeah,
yeah,
2 every round. It seems like.
Well, the difference is I started with 2. In the previous game that we played, whereas this one I start with nothing.
Okay, yeah. It just, I don't know.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, each one of those blips could represent anywhere between 1 to 3, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I could spawn anywhere between 2 to 6 per turn.
Yep.
You figure on average you'll get 3.
Yep.
Right? So...
Well,
to see how this goes, I personally, just looking at this, think the game's pretty much lost. Because even if I waste these 2 guys... He is going to be so far out that there's really...
there's a chance, though. You never know.
I don't know. I think I'm going to have to start biting the bullet and at least trying to contest that section. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
Although this is promising. I just need to get past the speed bump that he's put up.
This will be fun.
Yeah, it will. There's going to be a lot of dice
All right.
rolling. So we'll get back to you when we kind of figure this whole mess out. The game changed yet again. So basically what happened was Alex had his roadblock set up in this hallway right here. And my one guy came across, blitzkrieged, killed the first Marine, and then took the second one from behind in the back. He then, with only one movement point left, got out of the way to make room for these guys to come up around, and with one action point left, killed the flamethrower gentleman there. So what happens here is he has a sergeant and his chain gun guy with one robot on its own. And the way the robot rules work is you roll dice, and 50% of the time Alex will be able to control it, 50% of the time I will be able to control it. So I was telling Alex, I can see a perfect scenario here. It would be like Utopia or something, where he's set up here with his machine gun facing down a hallway, and we're literally taking turns moving the bot 3 here and 3 back, 3 forward and 3 back. Will this game end at all?
I got a smile on my face, it doesn't matter. This is hilarious. If that bot just keeps going back and forth like that, oh man.
It's going to be good, right?
Yep.
Okay, we'll get back to you when we have something more definitive, I guess.
Marines, this is the first time I've lost.
The
No,
bot-
like I'm a pro anyways, right?
bot is left here.
Yeah, so basically, Ryan basically, I had the one guy left, and which, by the way, so I had, you guys know I had that gunner and the big guy with the sledgehammer, and they worked well as a team. The last time I had those two guys working, it didn't work out so well, and I remember my hammer, the what's his name actually?
Thunderhammer Storm Shield.
Thunderhammer Storm Shield Sergeant. We should put that into acronym form. That'd be awesome. This guy's like, I don't know, it's not that good. You know, he died quickly. I figured out whatever. He's just a regular guy. Until the last 2 rounds, Ryan, I think I've seen a kill ratio like I've never seen in this game, and we'll do a visual, as you can see. This one guy killed all of these guys in, what, was that 2 rounds or 3 rounds?
It was 2 rounds of my attacking, and then 1 of your attacking.
Yeah. And that is just from his bonuses, basically, that he gets.
Yeah.
And that's a stark difference between last time, because I just had some bad rolling and he died in the last game. But now, what's just some basically...
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He basically wiped everything off this whole side of the board.
With one guy.
With one guy.
But one bad roll, like, towards the end. Yep. Right? You know, I had a 4, or I had a 5, and you had a 6, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, it's awesome, because with his Thunderhammer, especially when you put him on guard, you're rolling 2 dice to start. Then you're adding 2.
Yeah.
And because of the Storm Shield, it's front on. I'm only rolling 2 dice to counter. So if you get a 5 or a 6, you automatically kill me.
It's changed my appreciation for that character.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. Definitely a few twists and turns here. Looking back on my strategy, I think the idea of applying early pressure from this spawn area was good. It inflicted 2 casualties right off the bat, which is always a good thing to do. I'm not convinced that this move that I made here, coming up and around, was worth it, especially since you're able to use your flamethrower to completely block off this entry point for me. Overall, the biggest turning points, at least in terms of the alien side of this game, was killing these 2 speed bump units so quickly. In one turn, I was able to off both of them, run up, and kill the bot carrier. And that was literally the turning point of the game. That was it. Alex was unable to recover from that. I think Alex played it almost exactly how I would, to be honest. I'd cover the rear here, I'd bring my guys up, I would basically just run them in a straight line as fast as possible. He used his flamethrower asset effectively to block off spawn points, which really kind of hindered my game. So I would say overall very well played, but that one turn just flipped the game on its head, and that was the end of it. So overall, excellently played, Alex. And the game-ending handshake, there it is. Thank you all for watching. Please comment below, rate, and subscribe. This is Alex and Ryan, signing off.